Good afternoon and welcome to Let's Chat with Dr. Celeste MD. I'm your host, Dr. Celeste Reese-Willis. I'm your board certified family medicine physician specializing in urgent care. I assist busy professionals to find solutions for their acute and chronic medical needs via primary care, concierge, telemedicine, through my Amazon bestselling book Vitality, and through my COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccines. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just hopping on to share with you guys a little bit in regards to the recent approval by the FDA and the thumbs up by the CDC over the COVID-19 vaccine, biotech Pfizer being approved in patients that are 12 years old and up. So we wanted to get on, talk about that a little bit, and also to talk about the three top reasons why we should consider it. At this point, there have been 1.5 million cases and over 13,000 hospitalization in kids that are between the ages of 12 and 17 years old throughout this pandemic. As a result of that, unfortunately, we've had 127 deaths in this age group as well. So this is something that is affecting our community definitely. And so we want to talk about its approval, what the side effect profile is, and the top three reasons why we should consider it. Number one is that the side effect profile has been very slim with the Pfizer vaccine. And most of the kids that have been a part of the study, and it was 2,200 kids that were a part of the study between 12 years old and 15 years old, that the kids that were a part of this study experienced the same side effects that most adults experience with the Pfizer vaccine, very similar. Most people get arm swelling, arm tenderness, a little heaviness in their arm. People can get that. In addition to that, people can get, you can get a fever, you can feel tired, you can feel fatigued. These are symptoms that are typically controlled very well with over-the-counter medications such as acetaminophen or Tylenol. So the studies have shown that children have had a very similar side effect profile, very mild side effects completely. So this is a vaccine that actually will show to help decrease the spread of COVID-19 in this age population. So let's talk about why that's important. So top reason number one, the COVID hospitalization rate for children that are between the ages of 12 and 17 years old has been higher for COVID-19 in the last year than for the flu in all of these calendar years in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. So I'm going to say that again. So basically, the amount of children that have been hospitalized with COVID is higher than the amount of children that have been hospitalized with the flu in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020, respectively. Hi, Ms. Bryant. How are you? Thank you for joining us. So that's the first reason to consider this vaccine in that age group. The second reason is that unfortunately, teenagers are a source of spread of COVID-19. There's a study that they performed to look at, okay, let's look at the adults that are in the household with kids that are teenagers and find out, do they have higher rates of COVID-19 infections? And what they found was that they definitely do, especially if it's an adult that's in a household with children that are in full-time school, in-person school, and not virtual school. So therefore, they're exposed more as a result of that. So that's a second reason to consider getting this COVID-19 vaccine in this age group. This is going to go a long way to helping to decrease the likelihood of spread of COVID-19 when children return to school. Third reason to consider the vaccine is that in the study that they did in looking at children between the ages of 12 to 15 years old, there are 2,200 children that were in the study. None of those children, none of them experienced what we call anaphylaxis. And anaphylaxis is an allergic reaction where the patient may feel like their throat is closing up after they've received a medication, a shot, taken a medication. It's an allergic reaction that people have. So what that means is that there's very much a chance that with them approving biotech Pfizer, for this age group, that makes 17 million more Americans or 17 million more children eligible to receive the vaccine. A couple of things that I know, we are providing the vaccine at this time at the Birmingham Shuttlesworth Airport. Today we're open from 9 until 5. We do have several open appointments if anyone is in need or in desire of wanting to get a COVID vaccine, whether you're 12 years old or not, 12 years old and higher. But if you do come to get the vaccine or you bring your child, we just want to make sure that it's the parent or legal guardian that's bringing the child, and that the children that are between the age of 12 and 14 years old must have a legal guardian or parent there to consent for them. Technically, by Alabama state law, if you're 14 years old or older, you can consent for yourself. But at our site, I know that we still will ask for the ID of the driver just to make sure um, that we have, someone that's a legal guardian and or someone that's of age that's bringing this patient in to get a vaccine. They have to have present with an adult. Um, in addition to that, you want to make sure that the child has eaten before they come and get the vaccine. At our site, if you haven't eaten, we do have snacks that are there to make sure that you have something to eat before or after you get the vaccine. If you are parents going to consider your child getting the vaccine, I encourage you to have the conversation with your child. Talk about the vaccine beforehand just to make sure, they're 12 years old. Teenagers are very, very mature and have conversations with their friends. So you want to make sure if there's any apprehension that you've addressed that prior to the child coming in to get that vaccine. So with that, that's all we had to share. We're excited about being able to help make a dent in this age group. We know that there have been several situations wherein patients have come in positive for COVID-19, that they got an infection as a result of exposure to their child or to their grandchild who was exposed to someone else, and unfortunately brought the infection back home to them. So this will go a long way in helping to protect that group as well. Do we have any questions? Hi, Ms. Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Ms. Brown. Thank you for joining us. Does anyone have any questions? Now, I will say this. If anyone is in need or desire of wanting to get tested, our link is listed in the chat here, that you can schedule an appointment. We are still at the airport the remainder of this week and next week to give vaccines. We also will be giving vaccines from our office. If you're in need of COVID testing, we're continuing to provide that. We no longer are doing that at Legion Field, but are doing that from our office as well. And you can reach us at 205-291-8842 if you want to be scheduled for either of those. If you all have any questions, let us know. In addition to that, we also are participating in trying to help keep you and your family healthy. So we partner with CBS 42 News to bring you house calls every Monday morning where we want to answer your medical questions. So if you have any medical questions you want answered, you can leave those here and or leave them on the post or email us at housecalls@cbs42.com. Oh, Miss Bryant, you took the vaccination. Yay! So you're protected. I'm so happy for you. Very happy for you. Does anyone have any questions that we can answer right now? Any questions? No questions? Okay, if this information is helpful to you, definitely share it and spread it. We will be bringing you more information about this as these next few weeks unfold. If you're in need of getting a vaccination, again, for a 12-year-old, definitely consider getting an appointment with us. And that's all we had to share. I hope everyone has a happy Thursday. Bye-bye.